live on Facebook. No, not on Facebook. Live on YouTube. And then once I do that, all this high technology, done. That's good. Hello, YouTube audience. We're so glad you're here. And hello to our Zoom audience. We're glad you're here. And we're going to record this. Okay. And hopefully you can see these slides. And today's topic, welcome. My name's Carrie Donegan, and I'm here with my pal, Denise Schwindeman, my business partner. And we've got some other great leaders with us live on Zoom as well. Jen Jeremias, the author of Spoil Your Pet. Make sure you get a copy of that if you don't have a copy of that. And I'm sure we'll have some other wonderful doTERRA leaders join us as the presentation goes on. But we wanted to jump in with something really timely, and that was summer sun care. And it's really important that we understand the balance between getting some sun, which is really important, and also protecting ourselves from the dangerous aspects of sun. And I think doTERRA has done a brilliant job of creating a balance with both and helping us navigate this kind of tricky proposal, because I think there was a time when we thought that, you know, just go out in the sun and put olive oil on your skin and put, you know, those reflectors on and just get as dark as you possibly can, right? That was fine. And then we found out maybe that's not so great for your skin. And then I think we went too far the other way, and we started to, you know, apply all these heavy duty chemicals on our body and lots of protection. And we weren't getting any of the good things from the sun. And we know that that's had some negative results. Yeah, so we have to come up with the happy medium. For something natural, give yourself a little sunlight, and then give yourself the right kind of protection in the right way when you need it. And interestingly, our presentation starts off with the wellness pyramid, because this is part of your proactive medical care, believe it or not. So you're being proactive about your health care, and you're informed self-care, right? So you're doing this to take care of yourself, and you're using the best of the science that we know, using natural products. And in so doing, we're going to reduce the toxicity, right? Because we don't want any of those nanoparticles. We don't want any of the chemicals. Hopefully in the summer, you're going to get some rest and use some of your doTERRA products for that. You're going to get to go outside and move. And you're going to look at your nutrition and your digestion, and all of that, of course, is wrapped up in so much of what we talk about with MetaPower. So, Denise, what's on your summer bucket list?
I am traveling all summer long. So I'm headed down to North Carolina, where hopefully there will be lots of sun. And I'm that's why I have all the products right around the corner. I've already put my stuff, you know, together to take with me. So what about you? What are you doing?
I love it. Well, you know, I'm here in Ohio taking care of my parents, but one of the beautiful things about being out in the country is that they have like the old-fashioned front porch, and in the morning it gets a lot of really good sunlight. So, but by noon, I'm in full shade. And I kind of think that's really important for people to understand when to get sunlight, how much sunlight to get. You know, this goes back to some of the presentations we've done with MetaPower. And it's really important to get morning sunlight in your eyes, you know, not necessarily through a window if you can, like go outside without sunglasses and actually get that early morning sun in your eyes. Go take a walk. If you have animals, sometimes they take you for a walk, right? That makes it a little bit easier. But then when it gets really, really hot in that mid-afternoon, you want to kind of pull back from the sun and then protect yourself. So the sun is our friend. Of course, it's essential to life on Earth. It provides warmth. It actually helps your body create serotonin. And we know that serotonin is one of our happy hormones that makes us feel confident, right? So if you feel right now like you're unmotivated from time to time, or you lack confidence, or you're not being as creative or daring as you used to be, it may be low serotonin, and getting out in the sun could be very, very helpful. It's going to boost your mood and improve your mental health. Also regulates the production of melatonin, and we need melatonin to fall asleep at night. It doesn't keep us asleep. So those of you who decided, oh, I'm just going to take those melatonin supplements, well, you could actually be doing more harm than good. I found out recently, because it actually interrupts your own body's ability to produce melatonin. And it isn't the thing that keeps us asleep. It's just the thing that kicks off the sleep for us, that gets us to sleep. So you want to actually focus on your own circadian rhythm, which is the sun comes up in the morning and so do you, and the sun goes down at night and so do you. Okay. So try not to work against the sun. Try to work with the sun. It's going to help your sleep cycle. And the most important thing that I think we're all missing is that without enough sunlight, you don't get enough vitamin D. And without vitamin D, you can't do really important things like absorb calcium or produce all of your sex hormones. And those are really, really important, because without things like estrogen, estradiol, testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, your body can get way out of balance. That can affect your cardiovascular system, your digestion, and your weight. So getting all of that in order is really important. And it may just be your connection with the sun and getting outside.
Yeah, can I just say one thing? Because when
Yeah,
there's a
sure.
lack of sun, right, there's that SAD, where people really get, depressed and down. And so we need sun. We need sun.
Definitely. And
Here's the avoiding part, right? So
yeah, so why are we
Carrie's
avoiding
right.
it?
Yeah, Carrie's right. You can't really be in the sun, or you shouldn't really be in the sun, 12 to 3 in the afternoon. It gets really hot. You're really overexposed to it. We forget to put on another layer of sunscreen, and so has a sunburn, right? It's always one. It's going to get a sunburn. But when I was young and I lived in Wilmington, North Carolina, I would go to the beach every morning before work. And I noticed one day that I had like purple polka dots all up and down my legs. And I thought, what the heck? And I knew it must be blood vessels that popped. And so I went to a dermatologist because it was pretty scary. And here's what he said. He asked me what sunscreen I was using. And of course, I sang the Band de Soleil song for him, for all of you who are old enough to know what that is. And he was like, no, what coverage does it have? Like, you're not very smart. And I said, oh, it's like 2 or 3. He's like, no, you can't go out. It's a minimum of 8. And that was what, 30 years ago. It's a minimum of 8. And what he said was that the sun was so hot that it actually popped my blood vessels. That's how hot it was. And he's asked me where I was from. And I said, New Jersey. And he said, you're going to find that kids your age now, when they're in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, are going to have a lot of sun damage because they're not putting on proper coverage. And they're going to have skin cancer, and they're going to have sunspots, and their skin is going to be a lot more wrinkly, right? Leathery. And they're going to prematurely age. So really, really interesting. I don't know that that's true, but I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. But it was a good lesson for me to learn, because prior to that, we hung out with baby oil and, in sun, bright sun.
Oh yeah, those were the days for sure. And I have to say, I didn't ever tan in my lifetime, but I did, want to get some color. So, if red was all you could get, then red was all you could get. So it was like, could you get a light sunburn, and would that look healthier? Remember that? Like, that would look healthy, right? Because if you were too pale, you didn't look healthy.
Sure.
But interestingly, it's not just about protecting from the outside. It's also reinforcing what's going on inside our body. So I know we have been talking about this for a long time, Denise, but the gut microbiome, right? Feeding that good gut microbiome, getting all your micronutrients. This is actually going to set up your skin to be able to defend itself better. And so when we think diet isn't important, when it comes to sunscreen, I think actually your diet may be one of the initial sunscreens for you to have, something that you were not necessarily aware of. that can help. I've learned recently that actually people who eat a lot of watermelon have an extra layer of protection against the sun, which is pretty cool, actually.
Very cool.
And you can see this, sorry, this slide builds. I forgot about this. I didn't put the build in, but you can see each of these products kind of covers everything for you. This is foundational, right? You have your minerals. Oops, we can have those back. You have your vitamins and minerals, and then you have your antioxidants in the middle. You do need your antioxidants to repair damaged skin. And then you have your omegas for your brain, your heart, and your lungs. So hopefully we can switch to the next slide now. I didn't get stuck. Oops. My screen is frozen. I apologize. Let's try that again.
I was super excited when they came out with this sun care line last year, because I work to find really clean sunscreen for all of you who are looking to see what their favorite sunscreen stacks up against Environmental Workers Group for toxins. I would do that. It's just ewg.gov, because I always look for something clean, and I would spend a lot of money at the beginning of summer so that everyone could take theirs with them. So when doTERRA introduces, I was thrilled, because I know the work doTERRA does to test everything, and I know that their products are as clean as they can be and still be effective. So I'm super excited about this.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Oh. So suggestions to stay safe in the sun. Well, okay, so use an umbrella. You don't need to be in direct sunlight. You're getting all kinds of reflection all over. When you go in the water, you're doing this. Stay indoors from 10 to 4 for sure. I wait until 12. I'm going to be really honest with you, but from 12 to 3, we're not in the sun. So rash guards, great. Cover, great, but still you have to put that you have to put the sunscreen on, and you have to reapply it. Go ahead, Carrie.
All right. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about SPF. Denise introduced that earlier in the conversation. I used to think the bigger number was actually what you were looking for, especially if you've had really light skin or sensitive skin, or you've had some kind of skin cancer and you want to be extra, careful, but it does actually max out. And so what doTERRA has done is given us maximum protection with the most natural forms. So there are 2 types of sunscreens, chemical and mineral. And the chemical sunscreens are designed to absorb the rays on your skin, and mineral sunscreens are designed to actually reflect. So the great thing about a mineral sunscreen, which is what we have, is that once it's on, you're good to go. With a chemical sunscreen, firstly, it's getting absorbed into your skin, and you don't really want those chemicals in your bloodstream. But secondly, you want to make sure that you actually have the protection you need before you go into the sun or into the water. And so it's maybe something that you're not going to actually know when that sunscreen is active, right? With the chemical sunscreen. So a mineral sunscreen is always going to be your better choice.
Hey, I just had a real quick question about the SPF. I was just wondering if it was unhealthy to go too high or something like that.
It's not so much, and Carrie, correct me, it's not so much that it's unhealthy, it's that it really doesn't buy you anything more, right? It doesn't help you anymore. So you're looking for 30 to 40 is really going to be where you're covered. And basically all ours are, right? The face and body is 30, the sunscreen, the mineral stick sunscreen, I think that's the one that might be 40 SPF. I think that one's the 40. And then the spray bottle is 30 as well. And then they have a new product, which we're going to go over, right, Carrie? Is it all coming up?
Yeah, they're all coming up.
Yeah, it's SPF 28. So they're all around the same, 28, 30 to 40. But the higher is not better. And
all right, yeah, thanks.
And if you're not, well, if you're not using, doTERRA's products, what did they put into it to make it higher? So it's really chemically laden. Carrie, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I think the other thing you have to be careful of is you don't want nanoparticles in your sunscreen, because those are these little tiny super particles that get absorbed and then they go free throughout the bloodstream. And there's a lot of good science that's coming out that says that you really don't want those little particles floating around in your bloodstream. So in addition to maybe benign things like causing allergies, there are some more serious issues that can happen, things like hormone disruptors. And it also can lead to a cellular imbalance, which could cause, which has to do with some of the things we've talked about, Denise, like obesogens, right? It may actually prevent you from being able to keep a healthy weight, or it could be something that would even lead to something more dangerous, like a cancer itself, right? You don't want to try to prevent skin cancer at the same time ending up giving yourself a carcinogen to try to accomplish that. We don't want that. So our goal is to reduce toxicity, right? And that's what doTERRA has done, I think, with these products. They've pulled out everything that we don't want, some of the things we've already talked about. And you should be careful too when it comes to things like hair care and makeup and other skincare products. You just want to make sure that as many of those toxins are out. And Denise, you've given us a great list of obesogens. And do you want to mention your favorite book at this point? Because I think it bears repeating.
Well, what I want to say is women put up to 12 products on their body every day, which account for 85 chemicals, and men put about 8, which is 65 chemicals. That's a lot of toxins in our bodies that we really, really don't need. And obesogens is really interesting. It's a whole study now, because we gain weight because our bodies are so smart. The fat absorbs, takes in all of the toxins that we can't process. So it keeps it away from our organs. I mean, it's brilliant design. One of my favorite books, and I hope this is the one you're thinking about, is Metabolical.
Yes.
Because Robert Lustig, goes into detail about the study of obesogens and how it literally, these toxins get stored in our bodies. So it's fascinating, and not in a good way. But when you learn something, I always feel like you have to apply it.
Oh, absolutely. So mineral sunscreens are filters, right? We're actually adding a layer to our skin, which is going to reflect the UV rays that we don't want. And that is going to be a better method. And what I love about doTERRA's sunscreen is it doesn't turn your skin white. A lot of the reflective sunscreens, you end up looking pink or white or pasty. And this is something that is going to be, once it's put on the skin, you'll see it'll go from kind of a light white color to, translucent, so you don't see it. And this is the beautiful product line. So in this grouping, we have all the good stuff that we want. We have our SPF, we have broad spectrum protection, it's water resistant, it's going to be soothing to your skin. I don't really like sunscreens that feel tacky, or when you start to sweat, they feel gritty. This one feels more like a regular moisturizer that you would wear on an everyday basis. So it's lightweight, it's moisturizing, it's reef safe. You don't have to worry about adding bad things into the ocean. And it has none of the things that we don't want, those chemicals, the dyes, the phthalates, the parabens, the oxybenzone, and the benzene. And I feel like actually the packaging is not only beautiful, but it's also durable. I've taken this, out and thrown it in a bag and had kids that have used this, and, the bottles have dropped and things have gone on airplanes and trains and automobiles and all of this. So it very well, it holds up really, really well. And I wouldn't leave the product in extreme heat, but other than that, it's pretty durable and long lasting. It has some really cool ingredients that you're not going to get in any other company, because of course it's going to be infused with essential oils. Two of them are just super well known among all of us at doTERRA, frankincense and helichrysum. And these are our hero essential oils that we use to repair our skin. But carrot seed oil actually is something that I wish we had as a single product, because it is one of the #1 all natural skincare ingredients. And the fact that it is in our sun care actually means that you can use this product as your daily skincare in the summertime, or if you live in a hot climate, you could actually use this as your regular skincare. Did you want to add anything, Denise?
No, I just, I don't know if you said this, that the mineral sunscreens really filter out and it works better as a physical barrier. I think you maybe did. So it reflects the UVB and the UVA rays, right? Like for really full spectrum coverage. So, and protection, and they don't degrade when they're exposed to the sun. So I found this product to be very effective last year when we all used it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I wanted to show you this slide because this is important for people who are wondering, like, what kinds of things are going onto my skin and what are they going to do to actually improve my skin? So we have things like vitamin E, raspberry seed oil, avocado, jojoba, shea butter, cocoa butter, aloe vera, red algae extract, and hyaluronic acid. Now, the last grouping from the aloe vera to the hyaluronic acid are particularly found in the after sun. And I'm a big proponent of the after sun as a toner on your skin. So after you cleanse your skin, even if you're not using this during the sunny months or the summer months, doesn't matter. That combination of aloe vera, red algae extract, and hyaluronic acid helps to actually restore your skin to its younger state. And the important thing about the formula that doTERRA came up with is the fact that hyaluronic acid products often pull moisture out of your skin, believe it or not, and they're designed to be used, they must be used with a moisturizer. What's cool about doTERRA's product, because it has the aloe vera in it, when it goes on the skin, there's a barrier between the hyaluronic acid and the skin's own moisture. And what it does is it actually pulls moisture from the air into your skin, grabs the hyaluronic acid, because hyaluronic acid actually works like a sponge. And then the aloe vera kind of encapsulates it and keeps it on your skin. And then the red algae is there to help it actually absorb into the lower tissues, which helps with things like collagen production and elasticity. So this is a really cool skincare product on top of being a great sun care product. So let's say, for example, you tan really well, you don't expose yourself to the sun too much, you use all the sunscreen products, and then you find that you don't have dry skin, so you forget to, or you just decide, I don't need the after sun. Well, I would recommend that the after sun be part of your regular routine anyway, because this is going to be the most anti-aging product in this entire line, and it can be used outside of a sun situation.
Yeah, I love the oils they have in it. I love that they have turmeric in it, right? It's really anti-inflammatory. And you know, when the sun, when you get red from a sun, you just puff up. So I love that it has that and the extra SPF in the lotion. So I love that. I love, it has an ingredient called, and you're going to say it, bisabolol.
Oh, right.
And that just is totally blew my mind when I found out that that actually reduces the redness and the irritation. The product and the ingredients in this product, they're fantastic and they're natural. So our body understands how to use them, and it really protects us. It gives us an extra, 2, 3, 4 layers of protection from the sun.
Exactly. There it is. Bisabolol, turmeric, aloe, and arnica. And arnica is really as a pain reducer, right? It's an anti-inflammatory. It's also a pain reducer. So if you do end up getting that sunburn, it's really going to sting a lot less. And the heat, it'll pull the heat out of your skin as well.
And I love this. This is one of my favorite parts. We're using sunscreen that's so unsafe, not only for ourselves, but when we go into the water, it's killing the reefs. And we need those. That's an ecosystem that we can't replace. When they die off, they die off. And so that this is reef safe is very, very important. And in fact, that signs are posted, especially when you go to the Caribbean or Caribbean, however you like to say it. They're really serious about that. Not so much at the Jersey Shore, but maybe we'll catch on. But this is an ecosystem we want to protect.
Absolutely. Oops, sorry. Okay, so we have different options for you to use. This one is in a lotion, and it's easy to apply. We also have a spray. So I recommend that you actually spray the spray into your hand and then apply it to your skin. What have you found to work best, Denise?
Well, I like that much better, but the spray is non-aerosol. So when someone sprays the spray next to you on the beach and you're like coughing because you're inhaling it, this sunscreen is not meant for your lungs at all. And so if it's aerosol, it's actually more dangerous. This is not dangerous. This is really friendly, but I agree with you. It's easier to manage, but it does have that 360-degree angle. So for hard, to reach places, it is kind of helpful just to spray it, but I spray it into my hands too. I like more control, Carrie.
Yeah. And also when kids are running around, sometimes, you have no choice than to just try to hold them down and spray them the best that you can, right? So sometimes they don't have the patience for a lotion. I'm glad that we have two different options for that.
Agreed.
But I will tell you, this is my favorite.
Me
This
too.
face and body stick, like this,
Me too.
I love this so much. I love the feel of it on my skin. It smells so good. It smells like you've just gone to a spa. It doesn't smell like sunscreen at all. Not that I dislike the smell of sunscreen, but this really up levels everything that we have in this line. And this is my number one go-to. And it's in my purse. It doesn't melt. I can leave it in my car. Yeah, I love this one. This was a home run. And you can use it on your face too, which sometimes you don't want to use a really, really heavy sunscreen for your body on your face. This does both.
I agree. So someone said to me recently, oh, it doesn't smell like, the beach. And I go, what do you mean? She was like, coconut, or I go, okay, all those flavors and scents are actually really bad for you. And so that it doesn't smell is a bonus. Like it doesn't smell like Bain de Soleil, right? The one I was talking about earlier, right? It doesn't, because all those chemicals that for those aromas are not healthy for us. No, I love this one. It's my favorite too. And it's easy. I put it in my handbag all the time.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so this would be my second favorite. They're not really in the same category, but this is that product that now has become my toner. And so if anyone is using the Rose Duet with the rose hydrosol in it, I cleanse my face first, then I put on the hydrosol, and then after that, I still put on the After Sun, and then I go either with a serum or with a moisturizer or with an essential oil afterwards. But this has become part of my routine. I love it. I see a huge difference in my skin, and I use it all year round. How about you? Have you used this at all, Denise?
So just popping in here real quick. I'm just asking, like, does the kit come with like a moisturizer for like After Sun or whatever?
This is that one, right? So this would be the one that you would use.
All right, yeah, that's what I wanted.
Perfect timing. Yeah. No, I love this. I do. I keep it in my bathroom. I use it a lot. Love it.
Excellent. Yeah, and you can put this on your face and you can put it on your body, which is great. Okay, and then this one's new. And I really like it. Actually, my mom is using it. She really likes it because she has lupus and she cannot go in the sun. There are, some issues people have that they are not permitted in the sun. So this is great for this. This would actually replace your moisturizer. So if you're using Virage or you're using the essential skincare, you could actually take a break from the moisturizer and use this instead. Have you tried this, Denise, at all?
So I have it. It's still in the box. I'm anxious to take it with me when we go down to the beach. I have not used it. I think I just got it maybe a week or two ago. So it is still in the box, but I'm really, really excited to use it. I was going to go get it, but I'm not sure where I put the box because I haven't even opened the box. I know that's unlike me, but
Unlike you, yeah.
it's very unlike me. Yeah, but I bought it because I'm excited to bring it with me.
And I will throw this out here because I just recently heard a well-known dermatologist talking about women who make the mistake of, I don't need to put on a daily moisturizer with a sunscreen because my makeup foundation has a sunscreen in it. What they found is there's not enough of the SPF in the makeup, and you don't put on a thick enough layer for it actually to protect your skin. So you definitely want to use this plus a makeup with, if you want, with an SPF, that's fine.
Well, I don't know if you just said that, but the oils in here are run. So I need to put this in my bathroom where I put my makeup on because these oils are fantastic. So protective and so nourishing to the skin. Love that.
Okay.
Blue light. Huh.
Not
Interesting.
so helpful for you.
That's so interesting that blue light is in this. So think about what we're exposed to all day, every day. Think of how it impacts our life. Blue light, I know we all work on computers, we're all attached to our phones, but you really want to think of powering down a good hour or more before you go to sleep. It's very disruptive. And we don't really understand, oh, why am I not sleeping well? I mean, daughter will say that all the time. She'll say, Mom, I couldn't sleep last night. I go, yeah, but I saw the light in the room, right? So look, at these guys are like, oh yeah, I'm not kidding. Power down a little bit before you go to sleep and you'll get much better sleep. Carrie, what do you want to say about blue light?
Well, what's interesting is people don't realize that actually using the doTERRA moisturizer, I'll go back one, this actually helps protect you from the blue light that comes off your computer screen. So even if you're not outside and you think I don't really need a daily moisturizer, if you're in front of screens all the time, then it actually is something that you should use because you are still getting too much blue light during the day.
That's amazing.
All right, so let's look at the entire line, and there are those QR codes there, but I also am really impressed with pricing because I think doTERRA has struck a really nice balance between finding the most natural and the best quality products that they could deliver to us and actually putting it in a price that isn't cost prohibitive. So I've been looking at some of the other things in Whole Foods and, just in some of the specialty stores. And I really think this is very, very well priced, very competitive. And of course, you're never going to find all those essential oils and other skincare products.
No, I spent, yeah.
Hey, so I'm just asking, like, I don't even know if this is a real thing, but like, is there such thing as like plant-based kind of sunscreens, or I don't know.
Well, I don't think there are any ingredients in any of our sunscreens that would be vegan friendly.
Well, she did
Alright,
say
yeah.
carrot seeds, so that is kind of plant-based, I think so.
All right, thanks.
Sure. All right, so, oops. I will stop the sharing for now, and we can open it up to questions that you might have.
Thanks everyone for being on. You were awesome today.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should stop the recording, right? Let's stop the recording.